What?
I don't know why you didn't even put your one on here.
Huh? Oh, because I didn't know if I was gonna be on the show.
There's me looking like a cholo.
I looked at traffic and I was like, oh, it's only gonna be a 2-hour drive.
Can we be real though, Manny? They did the dog justice, man.
And the dog looks perfect.
And then the way that you're holding the dog, I mean, you know what? That's Manny. Know who was really messed up? I did Shantae one. It did not come out well at all.
We don't treat black people well. Or the darker skin.
Marcus,
they just made you. They made me and you the same thing.
Marcus, we look almost exactly alike, Marcus.
We don't. God damn it, we don't. I need somebody to
Marcus. If I could grow a beard, that's the only thing that differentiates us is that I can't grow a beard.
Well, if I could grow a beard, my gimmick of being bald.
Well, I want to talk about some show. I want to talk about some show business right now.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about tardiness and someone turning up 5 minutes before the show and thinking it's all cool that you're allowed to do it. Someone that steps in, he didn't even tell us. He didn't even have the dignity to tell us that he was turning up or not.
No. The show is called the Untitled Manny and Marcus Show. Of course, I was showing up. If I wasn't showing up, I would have took my name out there. And did you read the description?
Why would I read the description?
Exactly. Manny. If you read the description, it says Lord Manny Hayes, Eric the Hater, and maybe Marcus the Grand Finale.
Your microphone sounds like
your
microphone sounds like it's not functioning correctly. But Manny, allow me to present exhibits while Marcus fixes. Let me see. Text message from Marcus last night at 9:39. Marcus can get through my do not disturb barrier. Eric, you doing the show tomorrow? ? I haven't decided if I'm doing it or not. I'll still make the thumbnail though. I'm on it, Captain. Thumb up emoji. No response for that point to see if he figured if he was going to show up or not until he showed up. So clearly,
the thumbs up represents I was going to be there.
There's the audio. That's better audio right there. Thank you, sir.
That's the thumbs up said I was going to be there.
No, it did not. That was like acknowledgement that Eric was going to appear on the show in your place.
That mug was blue. That mug is blue.
It was a purple mug, and you know it.
So obviously I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
I'm Eric. I don't supposed to be here, but I am.
Well, I'm not supposed to be here, and I'm Marcus the Grand Finale. But we're all here today to talk about the beautiful world of professional wrestling and dreaded black people who can't be friends.
Oh, see, I knew he was going to talk about it. I knew he was going to talk about it.
Which one? Which dreaded black people? I could talk about Oba and what you call it if I would. Oba, Trick, and Javon.
That's not making the news.
Okay, I know what's making the news. He said fuck Booker T at the end of that show.
Yeah.
Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, I mean.
And Booker T responded with, it's a damn shame the biggest headline coming out of that show is you saying fuck me. You know, the biggest headline should be Moxley defeated Swerve Strickland or whatever happened to pay-per-view. Don't let it take away. So I say he was teaching. You know, those are the worst type of lessons. Those are the worst type of lessons.
The worst thing about it, Marcus, Booker T was 100% correct. This was like LFG where he's hyping up his boy for no good reason. I mean,
nah, this is LFG when he's giving Jasper a talking down to you in the car parking lot outside the performance center.
So I haven't seen this week's LFG because I forgot it came on. So now, and then when Manny texts, Chris has a little bitch, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch that, and then forgot to watch it.
I mean, I understand where Manny's coming from, but then I also understand what he was doing too. It's a catch-22.
Is it?
No, so
we're gonna leave the headline and talk about LFG. Okay.
Bully Ray wanted someone smaller for them to attempt this move because it's quite dangerous. And then the cheerleader in Mickey's team was like, "I'm not cleared. I can't do anything in the ring." So he goes,
"Hold on,
you're
useless.
You're useless." And then Chris Island tries to defend her.
It says,
and
"No,
then
she's not."
Goes back and forth with Bully, and then when Bully gets a little bit too mean, he's like, "Coach," and calls Mickey James.
So literally, the exchange the exchange goes down like,
"Mama!"
He's like, "Hey, are you cleared to wrestle?" "No, I can't." "You useless." "She's not useless. She's great." "Was I talking to you?" "No, but I was defending my teammate." "No, but you need to learn some respect." Coach. And then Mickey comes over and like it's And then it comes full circle to where Bully is still salty because he doesn't apologize to him, but he still gives him a compliment for having a solid showing in his match.
Great drama.
That's the only LFG you're getting. Did you watch AEW Dynasty?
I watched the entire thing of Dynasty in the background as I was watching other things on television. But yes.
Is there anything that you want to talk about?
No.
No?
I mean, there's not much. If any news would have come out, you would have been like, go there. If you want to check out some good matches, go ahead and see Dynasty. If you want good storytelling or progression, you could watch another show. There was nothing of the show that was like, this was much-watched television. It was a very skippable pay-per-view.
The highlights of the show. The highlights of the show is that FTR turned on Cope.
Yeah, hey, let me chime in on that.
You
didn't want to talk about anything.
Okay. I paused. I mean, I thought I was the only one that saw it, and I was going to chime in. I was going to chime in on what I thought. Go ahead. All right.
I want to point out, Manny spanked the microphone like he was spanking you, like you were naughty. He said you didn't want to talk about it. He slapped the microphone. Swerve did not achieve the championship because of all the outside interference.
Tons of run-ins.
The triple threat match between Speedball, Omega, and Ricochet was really entertaining. Led to a showdown between Okada and Omega.
Did you see the show?
Yeah. Bandito is now the new Ring of Honor champion after some convolution. And the thing is that it doesn't make sense because they have never done that before. So where you're going to do with that
is stupid. Oh, my mother is going to come in and tell the referee.
Yeah. When does this ever happen where a fan can just be like, nah. He hit her with a bat.
And Osprey and Kevin had a very nice opening match that highlighted both people in the Owen Hart tournament.
You watched the show.
That's pretty much it.
You watched the show.
I may have not. Who knows?
How long was the show?
It was a long ass show.
5 hours. 5 hour long show.
Too long.
And that's not counting the pre-show.
My ass.
Young
Bucks came back and screwed Swerve for no reason.
And then the media scrum was just as long. Apparently, it was a 5 hour media scrum.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, I just want to chime in on the Cope and FTR thing. Edge, retire. I mean, you've done the same storyline. So many people have turned on you. And then how many times do you have to take a concerto? I'm so sick of that's the go-to. I'm turning on Edge. Let's hit him with the concerto. It's the same attack over and over.
Manny and Marcus, I hate to let you guys know what that is. That's the way that Cope submits his vacation slip when he needs time off.
Every single time.
Right. Yeah, here we go. I need a concerto. My vacation slip is approved, and he's gone. The problem with it is that I don't think that Cope really gave AEW what he thought he could still do. I mean, he really needed to have that Legends that run where you use him sparingly and not as much as they did. Tony Storm won the match, Jimmy. It was actually a really good match.
The rules were, if Megan Bayne won,
AEW
would be banished for a month on this channel.
Yeah, but I can't believe Eric actually watched this show.
So
I was prepared not to talk to anybody about this show. I was ready to just move on to Raw and just move on.
I'm actually ready to move on to Raw, but it's not my show.
I want to talk about that AEW World Title match.
Okay.
There was a lot of fans that are a little bit more upset that Swerve didn't win the title, and they're continuing with this story arc of Mox as the champion. I think it's pretty evident where we're going with this. I think Will Ospreay's winning the Owen Hart, and then Will Ospreay's going to win the title off Mox at the Texas show. All Out or All In? All In at the big Texas show. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think they should have gone that way. I think they should have went with Swerve and then have Will Ospreay still win the Owen Hart and challenge Swerve for the title. And then go, you didn't beat me last time, blah, 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 and do that story. Rather than this whole thing of John Mox is still holding AEW hostage, because it's getting ridiculous now. It's actually gone to the point where it's Seth Rollins losing to The Fiend in the red Hell in the Cell. It's got to that stage with this storyline.
That's
Okay.
good.
Manny, I have a question.
I'm gonna be.
Let me throw something at him. Jon Moxley retained his title. He had 1 million people run in. And I'm playing devil's advocate by this. Because I don't know if I have the unbiased answer at all. What's the difference between Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns' title run? Where it was just run in after run in and...
I see the title.
You see the title.
I didn't see the title.
And the story was coherent. The story wasn't all over the place. The story wasn't Roman Reigns punching women or DDTing women.
You made it seem like that's prominent.
Mark, the storyline
Last week, and you're like, that's been the whole story. That's been the whole story of him hitting women.
The pay-per-view.
If I understand the storyline correctly, it's that Jon Moxley feels that AEW forgot what AEW's identity was, and he's there to restore it. I have yet to see what he has done to restore the identity that he feels has lost. So, quite frankly, his storyline makes absolutely no sense to me. None whatsoever.
Well, I was playing devil's advocate. I was just going to say the same thing Manny has. It has depth to the story, and I think the faction itself has storylines within it. Like, you don't know who's on whose side. The Usos had their personalities. Sammy and Paul had their personalities. And it was just a different dynamic. With the Death Riders, it's just Moxley's the only one talking. No one else has any... No one else does anything, really, other than run into his matches. And I guess have, nothing in their six-mans or whatever, six-person trios matches. So that's why I just want to play devil's advocate for the difference. Because it's essentially the same storyline, but I don't think done the correctly. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I just want to double down on the bet that Marcus just laid down. You can tell the complexity of the Roman Reigns story by the last segment that took place on Monday Night Raw, where Seth laid all the stuff out to Paul Heyman about what happened. And so I don't think there's any type of that complexity in the Jon Moxley Death Rider story. I still like, for me personally, I just want to know why the owl is the logo. Why the owl?
Because of wisdom.
But no, I mean, like, why not the skulls? I mean, Alistair left. It could have been a skull and bone. When I think of death, I think of skulls. I don't think
everybody has.
I just don't think of an owl. I just don't.
You didn't see the staircase. That's why you don't think of owls as death. You didn't see the staircase.
And I'm gonna put AEW in jeopardy once again. If
Manny, just say you don't want to watch
just
it.
say it, Manny. Just say it.
If the wild card in the Owen Hart tournament for the men turns out to be Jack Perry to cost Hangman Adam Page, I am done.
I mean, Betty, if you want to, Marcus and I could probably figure out some way to do Eric and Marcus AEW late night, since we're at the same time schedule for the most part. If you need to step out, you need to
step away, Betty. If it's for your health,
he keep making these booby traps where they're supposed to fail. Like he really thought Megan Page was gonna win.
I forgot he is Dick Dastardly. But since you brought up Seth and Heyman, I think we should start Raw with that. Just off the top. It's a quick segment. What the hell does he owe Seth?
You want to start at the end of the show? Don't you always give me a hard time when I want to start at the end of the show?
No! I always suggest start with the main story. Kinda.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this.
There's a lot of stuff. But I was curious, what do you think of this? Because you brought it up right away. The favor.
I told the favor disappointed me, but I told Manny I was so happy to see this version of Seth Rollins back. This is the Seth Rollins that I enjoyed. The manipulative, the little cunning, the architect, the man who's planting seeds, like the seeds that he planted, putting all the deceit of how Roman treated Paul, how Punk treated Paul, how everybody just betrayed him, and how he needs a real friend. I love how we now have that little bit underlined. Will Paul turn on Punk and Roman for Seth? I love it all. I love it.
The AEW late night show, Eric and Marcus has like a concerto to Manny because his permission slip was signed. Freedom!
Now we're going to all be like, hey, did you get that concerto in? Did you get it? All
right. You got your concerto.
We'll see you.
Can you put your 2-week concerto in, please, before you resign? But I enjoyed the segment, but I still don't care about Seth. My most excited moment was when Paul Heyman said, "Get your hands on me." I don't know why that made. Yeah, I don't know why don't you ever touch me again.
I was like, what's Paul gonna do?
What Paul gonna do? He got back up. Is Lesnar coming out?
But I mean, the favor simply has to be Seth. He helped Seth win, right? That has to be the favor. I've saved your life. So you've got to turn on both of them. Paul's already sold me that he isn't gonna. He is loyal to both Roman Reigns and CM Punk, but he isn't gonna let that get in the way of anything.
I mean,
what if a favor is you gotta be disloyal? There's a lot of disloyalty going around John Cena.
Like I said, it was a dash of salt that segment needed, but I thought the stronger segment of the show probably was what started the show off, where Adam Pearce showed that he was an incompetent imbecile, giving somebody an unearned title shot. Unearned. Didn't do nothing to get it.
Didn't do nothing.
This used her WEI to walk in there. Just that white skin got her in. Just got her in. That's how I look at it. Just the privilege. What has Rhea? Rhea lost her match. She lost to EO. Had done nothing else. Ain't beat nobody. Ain't did nothing. But now she's in the main event in a triple threat match.
Hold on, Eric. Can let me chime in. Because Bianca and Io both felt the privilege, the power of privilege right there.
Yeah, right.
Because Io even side-eyed them like, what the fuck? But I would say she does have a right. And it's not just her white privilege, as you saying, Eric. She pointing at the sign.
I don't give a damn.
Pointing at the sign. That's like declaring for the Royal Rumble. You there. You got to point at that sign.
This is just as bad as Rey Mysterio finagling his way to a WrestleMania payday.
It was a con if I ever seen one. This is how I feel AEW books all their pay-per-views of the last week. Hey, man.
Hey, Tony.
Let me get that. But let's talk about this. Eric, in the text you sent, or Manny, I can't remember which one.
No, it's Eric.
You said, Bianca Hill?
Yeah.
Is she a heel?
I felt like she is. I mean, I think she's embracing it. Like, she came out there dressed like the Nightmare Before Christmas. She was in all black. She had like a Wednesday Doomsday kind of makeup. I mean,
can't wear black anymore.
But the way that she wore the black, it also was like almost a counterbalance to Mami. And then you had Io come out there in her white vest and her glitter shorts for no reason. Don't know why she wore the white vest with the glitter shorts, but you know,
Io broke out the booty shorts for no reason. She started showing Io. I was like, since when?
Yeah, I was like, okay, Io, you're trying here. But overall, it's like, I kind of hope Io retains, because like I'm tired of the disrespect that she's getting.
But Eric, go back to your point. Why do you think Bianca's a proper heel at this point?
Well, I think they're embracing the momentum that she got from overseas when the crowds were booing her, and arguably, I do feel that Rhea may be more over, especially in the Minneapolis crowd, than Bianca would be. And so it's like, I think sometimes you have to ride the wave that you're presented. And still, there's so many unanswered questions about Bianca and her involvement with Jade and Naomi. And let's just say Naomi has really embraced the heel thing. And I think Bianca as a heel could be good too. I mean, John Cena's evil. Why can't Bianca be evil too?
New Day evil.
Yeah, but they're just stale, man. They're
evil. I don't think they're stale. Anyway, they're fighting the war. Anyway, I feel like that Bianca isn't a full heel yet. I think she's playing heel, and I think Rhea's technically playing heel, so Io's the babyface. You're supposed to sympathize with Io, because they keep pie-facing her. Io's winning this match, and they're going for the biggest reaction for Io to win. I think Io's the fan favorite, even though Rhea's the most popular. Bianca's probably the best, but Io's going to come out on top. I think Io's winning WrestleMania. She's the babyface.
You honestly think they're going to do an Asian correctly at WrestleMania?
Absolutely. I think this is the one.
I've never seen it before in my life.
I think Manny's right. It'll be and then right after WrestleMania, the draft happens and Bianca goes to SmackDown.
And Yokozuna
it's a new world.
Samoan.
It's a new world. It's a new world.
So let's talk about this now, Marcus. I want to let you know something.
I don't know how.
I don't know how I feel about this, Marcus. If you let Manny lay me out the way that Joshua let Jimmy get laid out, if the phone conversation, if I'm just going to have you cut a promo in the ring talking about how you're going to have to pray to God and ask for forgiveness, what I'm going to do to you at WrestleMania. Marcus, I kind of want you to I want you to get a little scrappy in the ring, Marcus. I want you to get a little scrappy. Why didn't Joshua get a little scrappy with being so close to Gunther?
It ain't the time, man.
It is the time.
So Joshua walked out to the ring, and I swear to God, I would have had security tackle him right away because he looked like a man that was carrying a gun and getting ready to shoot somebody on live television. It looked motivated like that. Jey Uso looked like he was going to shoot Gunther on live television. You know, I'm not afraid anymore. And you win some, you lose some. But you live, Jay. He lived to fight another day. But I swear that dude was walking out like he had a gun. There was no yeet. That was all serious. He went out there. He was talking to Jesus. He was talking to Gunther, who stopped smiling in his face. Was like, oh, this dude is going to shoot me. Talk about his mama and my mama.
So when he told Gunther, I'm afraid of you anymore, the only thing I heard was Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone talking to that furnace. I ain't afraid of you anymore. I ain't afraid of you. And
he was a lot more serious than that.
As he's talking to Gunther about having a conversation with his mom about what Gunther did to him, did to Jimmy, and then you've got Gunther there looking like, I feel bad.
You know,
I feel guilty, man. Come on.
I think honestly, for me, this whole segment, I thought what Joshua said was actually really good. I wish they would have.
He called Jay. Fuck him, call himself Joshua.
His mama called him Joshua. Well, Jay.
I hate that this is a thing you do. What? I really hate that this is a thing you do. When you find out someone's real name or it's used on TV, you start calling them by that name.
Get that right.
Yeah.
You should understand what I do at work. It's ridiculous. At the same time,
wait, people got fake names at your job. There's someone known as the blender at your job, but you just call him Billy John.
He got P-Nasty there.
As Marcus said,
call her Penelope.
When Jay was walking down the ramp and when he was going down, he had the murder look in his eye. He wasn't eating. I kind of wish Adam would have sent down security to make a barrier to give him a little bit more justification why he didn't put hands on Gunther. Like, he could cut the same promo, but at least have that barrier right there. But being that close to the man who smeared your brother's blood on you and you didn't put any hands on him, I thought
it was refreshing.
It didn't sit right with me. I
thought it was refreshing because I didn't need another pull apart, man. I don't need any more pull aparts in wrestling. This was a nice, subtle. I felt the intensity. Again, last week really elevated this feud to probably WrestleMania status. We are on the road to WrestleMania officially. It only took us 500 weeks to get here, or whatever it is. But people are taking it serious. And yes, I know, Manny.
Events.
He dressed like Pee Wee Herman. It's Pee Wee's Playhouse. But anyway, I like that it was serious, and then he just walked away, and it was a simple intensity. And then next week, Eric, you can have your pull apart if you want.
I don't want to pull apart. I just want
because there's going to be 1,000 other pull aparts next week.
People in fight mode. You know, when Brock Lesnar's in fight mode, he can't control himself, just like them. Okay. Dead air right there. No one wants to say anything.
It's not my show. I didn't want to, overstep
You've
my
been
bounds.
directing the show the whole
You've been there. You've had every segment do what?
No, if you go back, Marcus has been directing, and I just been following.
I didn't direct. I didn't leave the Rhea Ripley segment.
You started.
I have more to say in that segment. I threw the contract at Rhea too. Fuck her.
Bitch. Oh,
coming in like this.
Since we're throwing out fuck yous real quick, let me give a fuck you to Tony Hinchcliffe. It wasn't needed on commentary. He was awful. And if this is what they have to expect for the roast, damn. I hope you got your refund.
I don't believe he's a good comedian. They say, oh, he's offensive, but I just think he's bad. His jokes never land with me. Ever.
Never heard of the guy.
I've seen, like, oh, here's a clip of Tony. I go, that didn't work. That's a terrible joke. He's like, oh, he tried to be offensive. He tries to be offensive, but none of his jokes ever work. Ever.
No.
They whack. He whack. If you want to do a roast, you get Jeffrey Ross. He knows what to do.
Can I say that I actually enjoy I will just put it what it was, the Mexicans versus the Americans match? I thought it was fun. I thought the camera shot.
Wait, come on. There was a Mexican on the other team. What are you talking about? He's just American-made Mexican.
He's El Grande Americano.
You know what?
Hey, is it true his theme song is Lex Luger's song in Spanish? Yeah. I did not realize that.
Can I just point out?
Greatest thing
Can I
ever.
just point out the fact that people are saying it's Lex Luger's theme in Spanish? It sounds ridiculous because there are no words.
I don't think we're gonna get a Spike back at WrestleMania. That's only AEW stuff.
I think that was El Grande Americano is probably my favorite character in all of wrestling, and just one to name, and two, I like that he's a disgraced luchador. I like that he's disgraced when he put the metal plate in the mask.
I also love the fact that this shows how scandalous what Dominic has been saying about his father for so long that he's selfish and all that. He could have booked that match for anybody else in the LWO, but instead he said, Adam, I need you to do me a favor. I need a match with this guy, but I need to pick the location. He knew where he was thinking.
There was too much happiness in your voice when you did that, Eric. That man has no tone in his voice.
It's bland like this.
I mean,
I always say it like this, Adam. I need a match.
But back to the metal thing. I just
how come it's not mask versus mask?
How does the metal thing don't work both ways? I'm sorry if I'm hitting
No,
somebody.
he had. So you didn't see it. It has a pad on this side, and then the other side it doesn't.
Yeah, but if you put it in the wrong way, you're gonna knock yourself out.
He clearly put it in the right way, Eric. Don't worry about it.
I like how you're overly defending this segment.
I am over the defending say I love this segment for no reason. How stupid it is. Everything.
You had Del Toro jumping off backs. You got Joaquin jumping off backs, representing Filipinos left and right. They had the wide camera shot just to show the moves. I was like, wow, I like this match.
Let me tell you this, and I have to say it right now. Joe Tessitore kissed my ass. Manny! How about that dive? Joaquin, the fakest Mexican in the world, jumping off the back and getting elevated by Julius into one of the craziest dives I've ever seen. I'm dead. I would have died three different ways attempting that dive.
I like that dive, but the one Toro did where he jumped, climbed the ropes,
and
then did the spinnies.
Yep.
Yeah, that was better.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that was better?
Yeah.
That was better.
No, I think Joaquin's it's harder. You got to run on sweaty backs, and then he has to lift you up to give you that extra boost to jump up, to get that extra elevation and make sure people catch you. Otherwise, you're dead. Joaquin does this jump a million times a day.
There are figure skaters in the Olympics that try to do what Toro did.
Yeah, he needs permission from Molly Holly. That's the great thing about it.
Anyway, parkour. I would say the best dive of the show, and I know you cut this out the show of your take, and I guess I'm controlling the show. I'm going to say it goes to the bland ass Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley match, where not bland, but Lyra Valkyria being bland. I enjoyed the match a lot.
The match was
but when Bayley dove to the outside and just crashed, I went, she's dead.
Yeah,
she's dead. Bayley too old to be just diving to the ground.
I watched this episode of Raw with Savannah, and I explained Joaquin Wild to her. I was like, "Oh yeah, he's a Filipino pretending to be Mexican." She's like, "So he's you?" I was like, "Ooh, got burned."
Yep. All you need is a little hat, man.
Yeah, that's how this goes. You know the one wearing the hat. He's a Filipino pretending to be American.
You're the one with the hat. Damn it. Be careful, Manny. They may see you in El Salvador. But I enjoyed the Bayley match and Lyra for the Intercontinental title. It shows that title means nothing because neither one of them got entrances. They were waiting in the ring. According to my view.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't understand the point of this because this is just leading to them teaming on SmackDown from the gauntlet.
Well, they had the dissension at the end where Bayley was like, "Get your stinking ass hand away from me."
House of Fantasy sees Manny. That's a random Mexican.
You left out my tattoos, bro.
I would have changed the T for baguette. I would have changed the T for a baguette.
Right, that's not T, Marcus.
That's T at the bottom.
No, those are gravy boats, Marcus.
Oh my god! I didn't realize that.
Yeah, those are gravy.
I just thought that was T because he was English, and I was like, Eric, American. Obvious.
I was going to disrespect Betty and have the Union Jack on the back of his packaging, but I know how much he hates the Union Jack, so I said no.
So they're going to team together for this gauntlet. Do you have Bayley and Lyra are winning that gauntlet, right?
No, I want Natty And
It's not about what you want, Manny. It's not about what you want.
I want Natty and that other one.
Natty ain't making it. We already put her on the list.
You mean Chris, whatever? No, what's his name? The dude from LG's girlfriend,
Fiance now.
Fiance. She needs to get to the gym.
I want Natty to make it to WrestleMania just for the joke.
Natty, you're not good. She ain't making it.
Well, let's just be real. Rey Mysterio made it to WrestleMania. I feel like Natty could use some stroke to get to WrestleMania too. Shit.
She ain't got that Rey Mysterio stroke.
Ask
Rey
TJ
Mysterio
about
doesn't even know he had it. Oh shit, for real? You put this on? I'm actually just happy for El Grande Americano getting his first WrestleMania.
Marcus, Rey Mysterio went in there with the what's the worst he could say? No.
Yeah.
Also,
I didn't think he'd say yeah. Well, you know what? It would be nice if he would have said, "Well, I did open up. We do have a spot open because Kevin and Randy isn't happening. I guess this is going to take that spot."
I do want to take some liberty. I think Rey Mysterio is the worst fucking dresser. Just because you put designer labels on, don't make the outfit fire. It gets on my damn nerves. It just do. I can't stand him. But let me talk about my favorite dude, Zero. His interest still the greatest interest in the game. You spin that shit, yes, and then he.
I'm giving him a strike. I'm giving him a strike. I'm giving Penta a strike this week.
Why?
He walked into the building with his wife.
Yes. He was just walking into the building, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, the camera's here."
Yes.
That was a strike for me. You saved that for the entrance.
No,
you don't get to do that in the backstage. Entering the building.
When the camera's red, when that red light is on, you're on.
You're on.
When we hit end stream, we remember how tired we are.
Yeah. Marcus, unfortunately, this is Marcus. I don't know how I'm going to do the show. Everybody, this is the thing. After the stream, oh, man, I'm so tired. I don't know what happened. That's Penta.
It's adrenaline in my soul. Something, Cody Rose.
Walk to work like that. They can be like, "What's wrong with you? Don't worry about that. 0 minutes."
I really would.
Just throw it in people's faces. Like,
honestly, I think we need to start a revolution. The next march in LA, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
I think we should all pit the march into the City Hall.
Apparently, it's April 19th, I believe. But
WrestleMania Day.
What, you Penta walking on April 19th?
Yeah. With protesters, we
I
should
like the match
pit the
between
walk
him and
all the
Dom.
way.
I like the match between him and Dom. They didn't give too much away where they can have the feud. But Marcus, how about that spear?
Oh my God.
Carlito is dead.
I honestly thought we should just put like in memory of Carlito, the man who was spitting the face of people who didn't want to be cool, got speared.
I need a different angle for that spear because his legs were in the air. It felt like he died from the first. It felt like he fell from the first story to hit that.
I thought I heard someplace where they said they released a different angle of the spear.
Oh, they may have. I haven't seen it. I think that Braun Breaker was flying like Superman toward him. And it was just like, wait a minute, that's too much. He killed him. Oh, man. Braun Breaker is an animal and a beast, and I think I'm officially scared. Like, if that man were to just be like, I'm going to run at you. I don't know what I would do. I don't think I'm fast enough to move. And how the hell was he a fullback? That man should have been a linebacker at this point.
I think he was a linebacker too.
He should have been a linebacker.
Yeah,
God damn.
He was both of them.
Defensive end. He would have broken through so many times.
I think his problem why he's not very good. I think he's quick, but I don't think his upper body's that strong. So I think that's where you run into problems. Like he looks like he's stronger, but he's really not.
He looks like he could be a TJ Watt.
Well, maybe, but apparently he wasn't though.
But I think it honestly just shows how difficult it is to be in the NFL.
Yeah, but it also
It really shows how athletic and strong you got to be.
Then,
What is this up there for?
I was trying to delete it, and then I realized I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, that was really good. The Fatal 4 Finn came out on top. I like some of my old favorite wrestlers are actually trying to do stuff to be prominent at this point. I don't think Finn is going to win. But,
Who comes on top of this Fatal 4-Way?
I think it has to be Braun Breaker in the situation.
I think Braun because I think Dom and Finn are gonna end up having an argument or something in the middle of this.
Manny, just a reminder, this dog is gonna break your heart.
I just also want to point out, y'all, that next week they announced something that we've been waiting for a long time, that I think nobody's been waiting for a long time, is that Karrion Kross is going to be in the ring again.
You goddamn right he is. I got excited.
AJ Styles. I was like, why? So you got to get AJ ready.
When Charlotte looked at Kross at the end of that promo segment, we got him. What is your plan? What has been the plan? This is so long. This has been going on with multiple wrestlers. I don't know what they want. Marcus, I don't know their plan. Marcus, but when you say we got them, they made it seem like they got a match at WrestleMania.
Marcus, he's waiting for his concerto slip to be approved. That's all he's waiting for, Marcus. He's going to get his time off sooner rather than later.
Now I add that Karrion Kross is my favorite wrestling character right now just because he does absolutely nothing but looks like he's planning the world. Yeah. Like he's about to take over. Like he feel like he's one step away. Go ahead, Manny.
About 10 minutes ago, you said El Grande Americano was your favorite character in this movie.
No. I said El Grande Americano is my favorite wrestler.
Hypocrite.
Karrion Kross is my favorite character.
You might as well go join the New Day being so hypocritical that you are.
Well, they killed the War Raiders.
Yeah, they're making WrestleMania, though. They saw how Ray got that spot. They're like, you know what? We're going to get our title out at WrestleMania. They ain't got no blacks on the show.
The Street Profits might make it.
Marcus, we haven't confirmed any blacks on the show yet. I think the Street Profits will be confirmed.
No, black men. Friday. Black men. Bianca's been on the show since the Elimination Chamber. And Jade and Naomi are on them.
Also announced.
Yeah, pretty much Nick Aldis is making late black matches at the end of the week. Like
late black matches.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit. I just made Jade and Naomi. Let me get the Street Profits and get some Motor City Machine Guns.
I would love for Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. We got the whites taken care of. What about the blacks?
This comment right here is true. Karrion Kross being the best NPC in wrestling. You're right. He's just backstage meddling. He's who Scooby-Doo and them discovered that was behind everything. Oh, it was Karrion Kross. Aha, it was me. It was me.
No, he's never revealed any of this. I'm disappointed that it's Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, we did.
I'm still disappointed it's Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. I think it still should be Sami Zayn versus El Grande Americano. But as El
Generico,
it's been two people just faking to be Mexican.
Hey, Marcus, they still got a week to add somebody else to it.
No, not another triple threat match or a multi-man fatal four-way match. I can't take another one.
So, Manny, I know I'm going to ask you this question. Marcus, don't pay attention. Do you think those tears were necessary on LFG? Do you think they were real tears?
From who?
You know from who has the great wrestler attire, but it doesn't match. Like, in the ring. Yeah, like.
No, but I feel like all of them are a bit of a cries. Like Jasper was a little bitch last week.
I mean, you can spoil it.
All of them be crying. This younger generation need to toughen the fuck up.
No, because Lynn.
No, it's okay. They're in touch with their emotions, Manny.
Is her name Lynn? Is her name Lynn, Manny? I don't know. Is her name Lynn?
Lee
has some of the most fire wrestler attire, but when she comes out and does, it's so like she has no emotion.
No, so they're doing. So they were working on signature moves this week.
Moves.
She come up with, I'm gonna do what's the feint that Rey Mysterio does as he does the 619?
A spinny ding.
So she was gonna
the drop hole.
No, so do you know the actual 619, the spin in the rope?
The Tiger fake kick?
Yeah, that. She was going to do that, running in towards the ropes, and then coming out of the spin, hit him with a fly kick.
Okay.
As a finisher, which was like, that was actually pretty good. I can't remember which coach it was. It was either Booker or it was I think it was Bubba that went, like, you can't do that. I was like, that was fire. A kick to the face. because Holyfield's son, that was whack.
No, Manny. To his credit, he has.
He had to go back to the 90s to criticize him.
No, to his credit, Holyfield's son got very good instincts in the ring, and I can see him being a star, a little short, muscular guy. If you want to talk about whack uppercuts, Cutler's uppercut was really bad. It was
Marcus, they went to commercial as he was doing it.
That implies something special was gonna have stay tuned for this.
You know, the worst part about it is like how
Cut the commercial. Damn it.
Like Mickey James' best wrestler could not perform because he was out because of some type of illness.
Oh, he got bad back.
Remember she said he had the man flu. Where
The
Shantae
man
really,
flu.
Oh, pretty much when we get sick, we big babies. Shantae was like, "Yep, that's right, man flu."
Are you over your little digging of the nose with the tissue? Because I never want to see that again on the stream.
You know, it might come back Saturday where I'm dabbing it. You know,
I never want to see that on stream ever again. Just blow your nose.
No, I like to keep the snot in my nose keep me alive.
That's no scientific evidence to that at all.
Color's uppercut belongs in a dark state. It do. But yeah, you know, LFG was good. You know, DDP is just such a great inspiration. He said some stuff. What was the line he said, Manny? Something about embarrassment.
Yeah,
so nobody in that house went to work.
Embarrassment is just something you just gotta live with.
No, embarrassment is the keys to success or something like. It was something to the. It's like just. It's the entry to set. It was a great line. No,
Thank you, Shantae.
Shantae is teleworking right now, but her teleworking doesn't really involve any work.
Dang, calling people out like you got a job.
I do got a job.
I wish he threw something at him.
Mm-hmm. No, Shantae would not throw nothing at me because she's not that childish. I'm childish to throw something at somebody.
Yeah, I choke you out like Gunther.
And just
leave you lying there like a wet towel.
Oh, Anthony Bowens is back if anybody cares.
Back to tag my casters, no?
I don't remember.
But back to Raw. What did you think that vignette was? Cody and John Cena, My Way by Limp Bizkit versus John Cena and The Rock. Because they seemed like they tried to play it. It was a nice little video, but I don't think it gets there.
I decided not to watch any of the vignettes because I was like, I already know what's going on, so I don't need to pay attention.
Vignettes are where it's at, man. You gotta get to these vignettes.
No,
I love a good vignette.
Mark, they gonna play the damn vignette on Friday.
They gonna play it on Friday, Saturday. They gonna play it all week.
Marcus, the vignette was just filling time on Raw. That's all it was.
How dare you accuse him of that?
Between
next thing you're gonna say is these Triple H video packages are overdone.
They are overdone.
DX was the funniest shit ever.
It was not.
Was it?
DX
when you go back and rewatch it, it's horrible.
DX was a staple of the Attitude Era.
They were the heart and soul of the Attitude. I'm so sick of hearing about all this. Can Triple H just go in the Hall of Fame like a normal man? Go in like Rey Mysterio. This is your second Hall of Fame induction anyway. You're probably gonna get in 5 times.
Oh, well, he has a match for no reason.
He'll have a match.
The match with him and Stephanie came out on takes. I think it was that Dallas?
Yeah, it was Dallas.
Yeah. They
came out on motorcycles in Dallas.
That wasn't even a good match.
It wasn't.
Wait, the one with Ronda versus Kurt?
Yeah.
That was a good match. What are you talking about? That was a good match. You just hating. You hating.
Nah, if you're putting a Triple H match in, I'm putting Triple H.
No, we're not putting that in the Hall of Fame. We're just talking about the motorcycle entrance.
I'm talking about.
It's not a Hall of Fame match. I'm not saying that.
Eddie, I think Xena can win.
No, can we stay on topic for half a second? I want to know what Manny was going to put in. I don't care about LFG. What match were you going to put in for Triple H in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, Triple H versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
No, Undertaker gonna have like 35 different rings because you can do Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
You know what? Sometimes it's deserved by people.
Then they're gonna dig up Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels, which don't need to be there. They gonna try to induct God. They're gonna try to induct God into the Hall of Fame.
No, Shawn Michaels versus Kurt belongs in there.
Yep.
WrestleMania 21.
Well, if we were doing Hall of Fame matches, Shawn will have the most. I think Sean would have the most.
Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, one of the unsung heroes matches you can never see.
You cannot
again.
put that man in the Hall of Fame.
I know, but still won a great fucking match. It's a great match.
No, I think my most underrated match was
underrated.
Kurt
I didn't know we were
Angle.
doing this.
No, Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
And
triple threat.
First fall was for the European title, and I think the second fall was for the IC title.
It's a good match. But I don't even know how we got on this topic. What were we talking about? Triple H?
You're talking about who going Hall
Triple
of
H,
Fame,
go into Hall of Fame and shut up.
Shut up. He made sure nobody would overshadow him either. But I honestly just want to see what Steve Austin and Brett got to say. See Brett be all bitter. Steve Austin talking about cats. I'm more interested in that.
Steve Austin talking about cats.
You not follow Steve Austin on Instagram?
I do not.
I want
He's a cat enthusiast.
I want Bret Hart to take a shot at Bill Goldberg.
Yes.
Bill Goldberg. And I want him to take a shot at Hulk Hogan.
Can we just say, I'm so happy that they did not go through with the decision of trying to put Bill Goldberg on this year's WrestleMania. I didn't want it. I'm glad that it didn't happen because I remember there was rumblings that he might have got a match, and I was like, thank you.
There was rumblings that was going to be against Gunther.
Yeah. We didn't need that in our life. No one needs a Bill Goldberg versus Gunther match.
I would love to see Gunther beat the shit out of him, though. Just make it 10 minutes of just Gunther beating the shit out of Bill Goldberg. I wanted him to get jimmied. I wanted a member of Bill Goldberg's family to come out and be like, you gotta call your mama, Bill. Or Gunther. I need that to happen.
Hey, you want Gage to do it.
Yeah, I need Gage.
Don't break up Gage. Well, just like at the end of the show, I guess I should say fuck Marcus. It's like Swerve did for no reason at the end of the show. We at the end of the show, everybody. Fuck Marcus for making me.
Who said that? Wait, what?
How Swerve said fuck Booker T at the end. For no reason.
No, you can just end it with a fuck Ryan. Someone not the conversation at all. Just sitting at home. What? Why?
Just catching strays for no reason.
But that was the big story from the weeks, though. I mean, I thought Raw was a good show. I think it feels like it picked up, recent weeks. And, again, I'm glad we're in America. Glad we're back in America.
Oh,
but then again, you look at the audience and you get back and forth votes. And could we need to go? I wish we were back in England.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many different ways. It's a convoluted situation.
Tony Heathcliff couldn't follow me to England.
I wish AEW would cut their pay-per-views, make them more digestible. But I don't think I'm the audience for that. I think the AEW fan base loved the 5-hour show. I don't
think no one loves the 5-hour show. At the end of the show, everybody's kind of like, all right.
Just nobody.
Just right away at the end of, if you watch some of those matches, even the triple threat match, it ended with Kenny winning. They were like, all right. And then they popped when Okada came out. It was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, oh, that's it.
There's no reason that Cal Fletcher and Mark Briscoe should have had that back and forth match. And like Cal Fletcher just needs to go out and beat Mark Briscoe. We need to stop this sympathy tour. His brother died about 2 years ago.
Oh, whoa. What's that?
I'm just saying.
I don't think this had anything to do with anything. The man can't wrestle.
Have him go to Ring of Honor. He's not bringing.
He's in Ring of Honor.
He's not pushing the needle, man. No, he's in the Owen Hart tournament.
Yeah, but he's also in Ring of Honor as well. But why? What? I don't think it's a sympathy tour.
I just feel like he never wins.
They don't even.
He never wins. I'm just
no, he never wins, but so doesn't the Murder Hawk or Brian Cage or Powerhouse Hobbs or half the members of the Death Riders and
release them all. Send them some future endeavors, and we can do the same with WWE. We can let people go.
Why did Mark Briscoe get the stray of all the people lingering on? Jay Lethal's around. You can fire Jay Lethal.
I see Jay Lethal on TV in about a year, Marcus.
You can fire Scorpio Sky.
I ain't seen him in about a year.
I know. I'm just saying. You can fire all these other people. You can fire.
Man, you know what Marcus sound like? Sound like Booker T. You notice all the people he was firing were black. Every last one.
I'm just going through a list. You can fire Roots.
Scorpio Sky.
You can fire Madison Rain.
Wait, is she on the roster?
What doing?
Nothing.
I think she's helping the women's division.
Help. Help! Ain't no helping them.
No, you know what, Manny? Your dog ain't shit. She asked to get off your lap, then look back at you like, why you put me down? I'm giving you what you want. Wait, the GYV is there? Damn, I didn't know they had them.
No, I don't think they ever signed. I don't know if they ever signed. But I remember them saying, we are all elite now at some point.
I'm just like, I just think people need to be featured in there. But I think WWE need to trim the fat too. Nikita Lyons, I'm talking about you. You could be gone. Big Cat, bye.
Hey, Eric, the Big Cat told you to touch grass.
I can tell you she can, because if she try to touch it, she go pop a knee. Anyway.
What the fuck?
She done barefoot on the grass. Have you not seen them videos?
The sirens are coming for me because they know I'm hot on fire right now. Yeah, but there's a lot of dead weight that can be gone. A lot of dead weight. JCJ, we talked about that. She can go. Chase, Andre Chase, what he doing now? He ain't doing nothing.
Oh, the two goons that are hanging around and need to go.
They need to go too. They need to go.
Bad influences.
I mean, there's a lot of talent that they're blocking away to get better. I mean, you got to let these guys go. Let them go.
Hey, in these economic times, man, don't be trying to get people fired. Let these people live.
Let Daniel Garcia go.
I know what he's doing. He's trying to get people to release so he can have Swipe Right to appear on NXT.
That's all he wants. That's all he wants.
Daniel Garcia might have been the worst TNT champion of all time. Just want to point that out there.
No,
but I don't know if Adam Cole's gonna be any better.
I mean, Jack Perry's also on that list of being the worst.
No, you know what? Jack Perry's run was terrible, but at least you remember that he changed the title and had a truck.
he thought he was sweet too. I mean, the TNT title ain't been relevant since Cody, Rusev, and Darby.
It hasn't been relevant since Darby, possibly the man that everyone forgot, Sammy Guevara.
Oh, he out there making inappropriate videos with his wife. They're trying to become influencers.
You make that sound like that was something forward.
You just made it sound like influenza.
Yeah, they trying to be influencers.
I'm an old man. You know how we don't say what that boy got? Influenza.
Yeah, he trying to be an influencer.
He got the. Are you sure he don't got the Bruconitis?
Bruconitis.
What's that? The Bruconitis.
I do support AEW merging if we plan on getting there, the international and continental title. We can get this out the way. Omega and Okada just merge the titles. Don't fuck around now. Don't fuck around now.
Just you wait. Tony's gonna make a Okada versus Omega title. Classic title.
He gonna have another title, Marcus. As soon as you think you got rid of a title, it's gonna be another title.
No, get rid of it.
He's gonna give you the Big Bay introduction title or something like that. It's just gonna be some stupid title.
The big meaty man. We need to know who's got the biggest meat in AEW. Nobody wants to tell
or the mixed tag, tornado tag titles. Something like that.
Trios. Make that trios.
Shout out to Mercedes. Mercedes had a solid match with Julia.
Who's that?
Manny, I know you can't stand her.
Of all the matches you say Mercedes had a good match on, this is the one. I feel like her last 20 matches were better.
I mean, this was alright. I mean, if we're actually going to talk about the Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne match, that was okay. I feel like Toni was doing majority of the work in that match.
But I think Toni was taking a beat down from the bigger foe. You sold the big power, and she rallied back, and and then she sold the fact that she was in a fight for her life. I thought it was a very The
problem I had with that match was, as big as bad Megan Bayne is, what makes you think she actually needs Penelope Ford to do interference? None of that needed to happen.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Penelope Ford need to be let go too. Just need to be let go.
Why you just in a fiery mood today?
She I think that she really took away from the aura of Megan Bayne.
It's the same shit.
You just don't need that.
I get the same shit, same vibe. She's been there the whole time.
And remember, I used to be a Penelope Ford fan, but then next thing you know, she just got weathered, and she ain't what she used to be.
She's weathered.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're not using this word correctly.
I'm using it the way I want to use it. She need to go. She need to be let go.
I felt myself getting into my inner Undertaker on LFG, where when they spend too much time posturing.
Yeah.
Megan Bain spent too long doing that during the match. I was like, just pin her. If you want to win, just pin her.
Undertaker, are they gonna do something? What they doing? What they doing? Do something. And his bright blue Hulkers this week. And the worst scripted thing, we all saw it happening. BJ showing up next week or this week. We all saw it happening.
There's a reel of him with a big belly pretending that he's Bubba Ray off camera.
You just knew that this story was gonna happen. And Miss Dumas never wrestles anymore, so I know that she's really not getting. She's probably crying someplace.
Who?
The Australian girl, Dumas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she cried too much too.
They all cry. They all cry. It's like Cry Me a River.
Let people be in touch with their emotions. What's wrong with you? Cries bring people into television.
Nah, there's a time and a place to do it. By yourself. People.
And I need Anthony Luke to tighten up his body, and so Shiloh too. I was glad that we didn't get Shiloh pushed down our throat this week, though.
I don't like Anthony Luke.
Me neither. He too soft. He ain't in shape.
You should have seen some of the way they were setting up these signature moves.
Betty, I'm gonna do my little twirl in the dance and the knee bump.
Yeah, you know what? I will never criticize Drew McIntyre for the little 1, 2, 3 before the Claymore ever again.
So, Manny, let me ask you a question.
LFG this week.
This is hard because this is a hard thing to decide. Which one was worse? Anthony Luke with the let me spin around knee thing, or Cutler, let me just wind it up.
No, because you also even had Holyfield with the hoo-yah.
But he was a little running bull with that though.
No, I think who punches people like that?
The best finisher had to be Bayley's.
No, I thought she should have kind of done what Anthony Luke did with. It was basically just a Uranagi, which he did.
Yeah.
I feel like when she was crushing the head, lift them up, but then catch them and then do a Uranagi. That would have been more impactful because the way she did it, like there was a start and stop to when she was doing it.
I also felt that DDP overhyped and gave them the point for when she hit Molly Holly's finisher. I was like, I understand the intricacies that go into it, but I was like, There's
a second match, Eric.
I understand. I don't like her either.
She hit Molly around.
Think about it. I could have kept La Madrina instead of her. I could have kept La Madrina.
Nah. La Madrina had to go.
No, she didn't.
She had to go.
Ever since La Madrina left, Santos been looking at other people. He been like, I don't like you guys no more. And
that's right, Eric. You don't stick around with the same crowd all the time. Sometimes you need to upgrade.
It was
reevaluate
2 weeks.
and upgrade.
It was 2 weeks. Andrade was trying to infiltrate, and then I ain't seen him since then. But he was talking to Berto. I look forward to that.
Andrade is living in purgatory again.
He is.
Is he? Or is he just done?
Oh, J.K. Smush. Is that his real name? What happened?
Yeah, it happens every now and then.
All right, John. Good morning, evening. Boo-hoo for Hulk Hogan's family. Maybe he should have said some praise to keep them together. As the people who decided a computer under a table is the best thing in the store.
What?
I don't even know what that means.
Their computers under the table?
Well, my computer's under the desk. That was heartbreaking for Houston, man. Heartbreaking for Houston. They choked.
Yeah, it happens. It's college. No one remembers those things anyway.
So when's the Steelers getting Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, hurry up already.
I want you to be bitter like us two.
I'm not bitter. I enjoyed the time. I got a quarterback. Manny, I'm sorry you can't create new franchise quarterbacks. I'm not bitter. I enjoyed the time with Rodgers. We used them up and we sent them away.
Let me be honest in this situation. I don't think there's any way that anybody could write this narrative that hoe was going to go to all of our teams and touch it and probably destroy it. He was a Packer, he's a Jet, and he's probably going to be a Steeler. And I'm not happy about this. Give me Mason Rudolph and let me go back to mediocrity. I don't need Aaron Rodgers. I just don't.
I don't need Justin Fields either. I don't rate him as much as
Wait, once again, why are we passing our quarterbacks to each other? What the hell?
I don't rate Justin Fields one bit.
So did you want Russell Wilson, Manny?
No, but this is his third team in 4 years. He's got 3 teams in a rookie contract. That's bad.
I just don't remember a day when it was this hard to get a quarterback. I feel like quarterbacks are a dime a dozen these days, man. It's like only 3 good ones at this point.
I mean,
and the rest of them are, I don't know.
I feel like people are drafting quarterbacks thinking that they're going to be good, but then they don't give them the time to develop. They don't give them time to develop. And so when
like
you don't
Jordan Love?
Marcus, just because the Packers had Aaron Rodgers for God knows how long,
Brett Favre, and now Jordan Love.
Hold on.
We create franchise quarterbacks.
I have to service retail stores, and I spent the last hour crawling around the floor working on a computer while commerce has happened around me. Old black ladies think I've lost my mind. Man, JK, that's Florida for you, man. That's Florida.
Anyway, you guys ready to wrap up the show?
Oh, you gonna show up late and gonna try to tell us when we gonna quit?
Who the hell late, leave early?
Yeah, so Marcus, you're getting a fine.
Fine him. Slap the mic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay it. I'm not gonna pay it. But if I was gonna pay it, please scan the QR code, donate to the show, so I can have money to afford to lose this fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you know, her EST bubbles look like balloons that just went out, just like.
Where the hell is Marcus in this thumbnail?
I'm not here.
Why is my face a tattoo and you're not? Where's Eric?
I didn't know if he was gonna show up. That's why the action figures are there.
So wait, so Manny got a tattoo. You know, Marcus, you just, you know what? Let me tell you something though.
It's an elbow tattoo.
Looking at Seth's sweater, that shit look comfortable as fuck.
That look hot and itchy.
It keep you warm though. It keep you warm.
I look like a used carpet.
Yeah, it look like a rug. Look like a bathroom rug. Like I step on it and be like, "Ooh, okay." Drying my toes. Fuck that. Fuck Seth and his outfits.
Although Marcus doesn't want to accept us, we share the same face.
We don't have the same face. My face has more structure. It has bones in it. Okay? I have bones in my face.
What you do with Penta is another story.
I mean,
fuck you.
I didn't know people was voting your face, but all right, that's what you do in your free time. Go figure.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's what they do to your face because you can't feel it afterwards. You're like the Weeknd.
You fluffernutter motherfucker. I'll beat the shit out of you.
The fluffernutter. The fluffernutter. The greatest name for a dessert ever.
Alright, we out. Like the video and subscribe. Peace.
No one can see you do the